All right, we have some 49ers news, and this is probably something that you were expecting at around this time. Brock Purdy is indeed expected to have surgery next week on his torn UCL. This is according to Jeff Howe, my coworker at The Athletic. A couple sources, obviously not publicly disclosed sources, but Jeff is well connected, and he did report this in The Athletic. Article link is in the description of this piece. You can also check out the link that I'm about to put in the chat section. But Brock Purdy will go under the knife for the torn UCL next week. Dr. Keith Meister, orthopedist of the Texas Rangers, he might be the leading world authority on UCL repairs, will perform the surgery in the Dallas area. The question had been, would Purdy's swelling subside enough for a surgery to be scheduled next week? And according to Jeff Howe's report, the swelling has indeed subsided enough. Meister, being the team orthopedist of the Texas Rangers, made it out to Arizona for spring training this week. Purdy's parents live in Arizona. That's where Purdy grew up. So he got to see Meister again after the initial surgery the week prior had been postponed. And that meeting obviously led to the rescheduling of the surgery to next week. Right now, it's a little bit annoying because people are trying to create timelines for Brock Purdy without having enough information to create a timeline. Even Keith Meister hasn't seen the actual UCL with his own eyes. There have been MRIs for sure, but with an injury like this, especially with the amount of swelling that has accompanied it, you actually have to go in with the knife and see what the hell is wrong to be able to diagnose the proper way of moving forward. And the two possible ways of moving forward for Brock Purdy are going to be the internal brace procedure or a hybrid reconstruction surgery. It appears that a full-on reconstruction surgery will not be necessary. Full reconstruction, also known as Tommy John, that would be the worst possible news for both the 49ers and for Brock Purdy, since that full reconstruction could sideline him for over a year. The initial imaging suggested that the newer technique might be possible. That's the internal brace technique. That's what Nick Mullins used to return, I think, from somewhere between 6 months and 9 months after his UCL tear with the 49ers in December of 2020. That newer technique is not nearly as obstructive as the Tommy John surgery, and it is the hope of Dr. Keith Meister and Brock Purdy and everybody involved here that it is the possible technique for Brock Purdy to repair his torn ulnar collateral ligament. However, they don't know for sure because there has been so much swelling and the MRIs can only tell so much. So the swelling has subsided. And once Purdy can go under the knife, presumably next week, that's when it's been scheduled, according to Jeff Howe, they'll be able to tell, hey, okay, we're going to go full internal brace, or we're going to have to go hybrid reconstruction, which would be something in between an internal brace and the Tommy John reconstructive surgery. It wouldn't be a full-out Tommy John surgery, though. Hybrid is the key word at play in this situation. So that's going to be found out next week. That is going to determine the timeline of recovery. If internal brace 100% is the way that Purdy is able to go with Dr. Meister, well, that means that 6 months could be the recovery timetable. If we're starting to talk hybrid surgery, then this could be longer than 6 months. So the news coming out of this operation is going to be really important for the 49ers plans moving forward. 6 months, even if everything goes perfectly with the hybrid reconstruction, obviously lines up to about week 1 of the 2023 season. However, I did ask John Lynch if it is theoretically possible that, amidst all the swelling and the inability to start the surgery last week, if there's a chance that Brock Purdy's UCL has already started doing some healing on its own. And Lynch told me absolutely that is a possibility, which is why I'm emphasizing that it's okay to say we don't know. Everybody needs to have a take. Everybody needs to have some kind of definitive stance on this, but we just don't know. There's a chance that some healing has started and that the timetable could be shorter for Brock Purdy than those 6 months. There's also a chance that the timetable could be longer because that swelling probably, let's put it this way, the swelling probably isn't a good thing. It was a highly traumatic injury. Hassan Reddick hitting Purdy's arm as he was trying to move it forward for that throw. With that happening, all in one fell swoop, There could be a significant rupture here that does require even more time to heal. So anything is still possible, and Meister won't know until he actually gets in there and starts performing the operation. And at that point, after the operation, once a statement comes out, once more details are known, we'll be able to firmly peg a return timeline for Brock Purdy. And when we have that, then we'll be able to handicap where Trey Lance is as far as his opportunity to be the 49ers starting quarterback week one. I know everybody wants to talk about Lance versus Purdy right now. In my opinion, and I'll make a video about this later, it's Lance and Purdy, not Lance versus Purdy. The 49ers are still nowhere near thinking about who's going to be QB weeks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're still, a month out from catastrophic injury decimation at the quarterback position. And to combat that and to prevent that moving forward, you need as many healthy, capable quarterbacks as possible. They're trying to deepen that quarterback room, so they need both Lance and Purdy fully cleared and back. Neither is fully cleared and back right now, but Brock Purdy, once he has that surgery, we should have a lot more clarity for when that is going to happen. So again, Jeff Howe, he reported it on The Athletic on this piece. Mac Jones, it's Jeff Howe. What I'm hearing about Mac Jones, Baker Mayfield's options, and a Jalen Ramsey trade, well, he also hears about Brock Purdy's surgery in that piece. So I promised I'd put it into the chat section. There you go. Check it out. That's been the news of this afternoon. Everybody have a good Friday. We will talk to you very soon. Take care.